Hi, I'm Roberta, and today we're doing another part of our Black History series. Today I'm interviewing Miss Betty Luke. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. Well, as you know, my name is Betty, but most people call me Marvelous because when people ask me, how are you doing? I'll say Marvelous. So most people know me as Marvelous. They don't know me as Betty. And they'll say, hi, Marvelous. And I will say, hi, how are you? And we go from there. Well, I was born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. I attended Dorchester High School. I played sports, loved sports. I played basketball, I played baseball, football, and basically after high school, well, high school wasn't my. I really wasn't interested in school too much, but I went and I did graduate with honors. And after graduation, I took the civil service exam, and I passed the civil service exam, and I worked for the federal government. I retired after 40 years with the federal government. And after, while working, I got married, and I had one son, and now my son is married, and he has two sons, so I'm a grandmother. I have three sisters and two brothers. My mother was born, she was born, well, back then they really didn't know too much about where they came from, and a lot of them didn't know their age, but she did know her age. And she was born in Cape Verdean Islands. And she came to this country when she was 9 years old. And at 12 years old, she went to school, and at 12 years old, she dropped out of school and had to go to work. So she worked until she got married at 16, and at 17, she started having children. She had three girls, and later on in life, she had two boys and another girl. So my father was a Pullman porter on the railroad. I've had an enjoyable life. I've traveled a lot. My son worked for the airline, so I'm working for the airlines. I could fly free, and my husband and I. And I've been quite a few places. I've done a lot of things. I've met a lot of people. And after I retired, I decided to move to Georgia. And I came to Georgia, and I've been here ever since. And after I got settled, I found out about the center. I started out going to the center. I was going to the center in Smyrna. I was going to the Smyrna Center on Church Street. Went there for quite a few years, and we left there and we went to Windy Hill Center. We left there and then we went to Fairgrounds Center. And now I'm here at this center. Come every day before the situation. I come every day, enjoy it. Met a lot of nice people like you, Audrey. Been knowing Johnny ever since. We went Windy Hill. That's where I met Johnny. I didn't even know he was still here. But like I said, I've had an enjoyable life. I've met a lot of people. Still enjoy life as I'm getting older, and walking a little bit slower with the cane because I just had surgery a few months ago. So that's just about it.
What were some family traditions your family held each year?
Each year we had a family reunion. We would have it in different states. My mother and father. My mother's one of 12. My father is one of 11. So, and they all have children, a lot of children. So once a year we would have a family reunion. And we would have it in different states, sometimes in New York, sometimes Detroit, sometimes Georgia. And that went on for years. And as my parents and aunts and uncles got older, then the younger people took it over. So now we have a family reunion every 3 years.
Wow, that's awesome. What events that happened in your life had the most impact on you and your family?
I think when I would say when Martin Luther King decided to change, try and change the country to make it a better place for all races. That had a very, very big impact on me. And to see the changes from where they used to be to where they are now really had a big impact on me. It gave me an opportunity to travel a lot, meet a lot of people, learn a lot of things about the history of Black people. And that's really what motivated me to read a lot, try to find out as much as I could about family and family traditions. Because going back years and years ago, families really didn't know who their families were. You know, someone could come up and say, "I'm your cousin." Well, they were your cousin. You didn't know if it was your cousin or not. So, family, traveling, and being able to see the changes, that's been a very big impact in my life.
You talked about you worked. What did you do and where did you work and what what company and all?
After high school, when I graduated high school, I was 17 years old. And I always wanted a job paying a lot of money, but I didn't want to work hard. So I said, oh, what can I do? After high school, I graduated at 17. So I said, I'll take the civil service exam. I've heard a lot about that. So I had to wait until I was 18 to take the civil service exam. So I turned 18, I took the civil service exam, and I worked for the federal government, like I said, 40 years. I started out as a typist, old clunker typewriter, and we moved from the typewriter to a little more advanced machine, which was key punching. I don't know if you ever heard of that or not, but key punching. Then we went from key punching to where we are now, computer. And I retired as a computer programmer.
Okay.
From the federal government after 40 years. I also worked for the federal government during the day, and I worked at Massachusetts General Hospital at night. I worked there 27 years at night, doing the same thing. So that's what I did most of my working years.
Were children in your family, your brothers and sisters, encouraged to go to school and college, or were they influenced just to get a job to help with home?
Well, I have two sisters that went to college. My oldest sister, she went to Morris Brown, and she became a teacher. And my sister under me, she went to Clark College. At the time it was Clark, and she became a teacher. And I was never one that, I didn't like sitting still. I just wanted to get out of high school, get a job, make some money, get a car, get clothes, typical things that young people want to do. But with them graduating college, it did have kind of an effect on me. I was happy to see them be able to go to college. At that time, they had to go to an all-Black college, because that's the way it was at the time. And that made me happy, and that was a big impact on me, but it didn't make me go to college. But other than that, that's just about the big impact that they had on me.
What life advice that you learned during your years would you pass along?
be humble, to be thankful, to treat people the way you want to be treated. And that I do. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I respect everybody, and I give respect. And that's something I was taught from my mother. And she always told us, first you respect yourself. Once you respect yourself, then you learn to respect others. So I talk to a lot of young kids, especially my grandchildren, and that's the first thing I tell them: respect yourself, and then respect other people. Respect authority. Do as you're told. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Never belittle anyone, never put anyone down. Whatever you can do for someone, do it. Because that's what I do.
All right, Miss Bettye, thank you so much, and really appreciate you doing this.
Oh, well, thank you.
You have a great day.
And thank you, and thanks for having me.